My overriding feeling is how proud I am of our group. I'm talking to you, Mr. Farrell, because out of all the England team, you're probably one of those that I can't stand, and don't ask me why, because as you can listen to me, I got an accent, and most of the time, you think that you're smarter than everyone. Well, take your proud, and with your group, go and book the ticket back to London. Thank you. Because it's incredibly amazing that England, a country who have qualified pretty much every single sport, came to play a semi-final, not a group game, a semi-final of the Rugby World Cup, thinking of going to the final without scoring one try. How do you do that? In which mind does it go through? You are close, but you and Borif and whoever did the tactic, you are close, but thanks God you are not in the final. You are not in the final because as the score say 15-16, and as l'équipe in français say, un point c'est tout, 1 point. Again, 1 point. South Africa is going through it again, and as an African, I am happy. I am happy that South Africa is giving this kind of lesson, because in other sports like in football, Europe and the Northern Nation will go to the competition winning by 1 point or by one decision, and they will be fine with that. In rugby, it goes the other way around, because in rugby, you need to at least think of putting one try, and it would have been amazingly tough that the only team that came the whole afternoon, yes I say afternoon because in this part of the world we are still afternoon, it's barely 5 now, in the whole afternoon, the only team who tried, went again and then again, and then finally scores tried to not make it to the final. It would have been harsh, it would have been not okay, and thanks God South Africa kept pushing, South Africa can make the change. I think personally that they were under the nerves today, but also because of the weather, it was not a right approach to the tactic. Stuart pretty much stopped everything. They were playing from the aerial plane, so today was tough. But here goes the life lesson for you guys: never stop pushing, never stop trying, because you could see it. I don't know how about you, but I was watching the game, and it was clear to me that the moment South Africa was scored try, England were out of the game. The only question was, when will this happen? And I won't lie to you, there are many moments where I thought that today will be a game tryless with nothing, but as soon as South Africa scored, I was like, game on, here we go. Because South Africa at least wanted to do something, wanted to show a game, despite the referees, and that's also something I want to point. How in the mind of those who choose the referees, it was okay to choose someone who, when they choose it, they didn't know that New Zealand would be in the final, but they knew that there were 90% of New Zealand being in the final because they were playing Argentina. How in your mind you can put a referee who is good referee, average, but who is from the country that will be in the final? It's basically, if you are choosing, you're asking him to choose who you want to face his country. It's not okay. It's not okay. And you could see today that he was under pressure under the lights, because it took a lot of time, and some of the time, the tricky stuff were always going to England because he didn't want to be under the spotlight. At the end, South Africa make changes. Good for Erasmus to change Libbok. I've seen since the beginning. For me, Libbok is under pressure because I don't think that's great of a number 10. And then he sent the GOAT, and the GOAT did GOAT things, coming in clutch in the moment that it was needed, and the GOAT spent South Africa in the final, doing GOAT stuff at the minute 76, passing out those 3 points, changing everything. And thanks I mean, it will sound really harsh, but thanks they're calling back, because without him, I don't think South Africa would have any chance in those big games, like against France or against tonight. No, because Libbok is kind of average. We just have to put it. I mean, I won't say good, because to me it's not convincing me, but I won't say bad either, because to be in the Springbok squad, you need to have a level. So it's average, but you got the goals. Like, this guy knows it. And also, before I go to the final, I'm really happy that today South Africa has made the gutter by winning also in cricket. We got South Africa 2, England 0, and we are going to have the final. Yep, 4 inside, and as I show it in my Twitter, 2007 South Africa, 2011 New Zealand, 2015 New Zealand first to do double bye, 2019 South Africa, now it's 2003. It's been the 4 last edition has gone either in Auckland or in Pretoria. Well, we have a 5th one going in one of those nations. We know that next week. See you guys. Well, love rugby!